All right, you guys, thanks for taking some time with Shark Mondays with the Mako. It's the first edition of the interview series with Alasdair and McWilliam, talking about purpose statement and creating and crafting yours and the importance of doing so. Super excited to have Alasdair and to start this journey with everybody. It's been a long haul in getting it going. Thanks for being patient with me, you guys. Alasdair is Mr. Purpose to me for a lot of reasons. We were working together, and together in that light, we created our own personal purpose statements, but that came together from Alasdair really challenging the Shark on that and what purpose is and the importance of it. And wow, when we came together on that, some magical things really started to happen. And I saw, that I was living a life of purpose, but it wasn't guided. It wasn't clear. It wasn't focused. And when I had my purpose statement created, and I'm still working on mine, it really allowed me to do a ton. So Alasdair is coming to us from beautiful England this evening. I'm thankful for your time, Alasdair, and for your commitment on this. How are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm great. Thanks very much for having me on.
Totally, Al. Thanks for being the first guest. I know this is interesting, and being a little bit vulnerable with me and talking about this awesome power of purpose. Let's get into it, because I want to keep this short and powerful for the audience, and I want to get you on with your evening. I know the time difference is there, my friend. Tell me a little bit about purpose statement and mission statement personally for you. Why is it important?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's always been there, but I think one of the reasons it kind of came to the fore for us both was when we first started to work together, and I think we were perhaps not quite seeing eye to eye initially, and I think suddenly, as we started digging in a bit more to the specifics of what we were going to do, our plans, all that kind of thing, this purpose thing started to come out, and suddenly I think it kind of drew us both together. So I think, I think you mentioned before, whatever we do, there is some element of purpose. When we do our job or whatever kind of work we do, there is a purpose behind it. But it may not be that we are actually on purpose. So in other words, there's some element of what we're doing that is helping us deliver our mission to the world. And I think it's really powerful. Like yourself, I'm still working on mine, but you can be having like a really bad day and you're so tired, and then suddenly you get a phone call or a piece of work or just something to do, that suddenly you get this energy from somewhere, and that you're on purpose. Or maybe you're out socially. I mean, for me, if I'm out and I spot something, or somebody I can help, or something that's not quite right with somebody's marketing or something like that, I'm thinking about it, and it's like that kind of you kind of live it. It's not something that you can fake. I think. Does that kind of give you a background?
Say that again.
Does that give you a good background?
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, it does. I really, it's something that you can't fake. It has to be sincere. That was something that stuck with me right there. Do you mind sharing your purpose statement right now, or your current purpose statement, or where you're at with it?
I think for me, I'm still kind of working on it. It's helping people, but it's suddenly, for me, it's like if I see someone who's stuck and they are really stuck and they think, when I've done this or some future time I'll be able to get that done. It's like, what can you do about that right now? Or they've kind of limited their options. That's when I really kind of get involved in that kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I can help you here if you are really stuck, or somebody who's maybe doing the wrong thing. And I think, for me, it's also clarified, it's important to earn money and that kind of thing, because money can help you deliver your purpose, but it also helps me to be able to filter, what is the right kind of project for me? Does it help aid my purpose? Because if it does, I'll find this energy that will drive it forward a lot quicker. Or it sounds like a good project, they're very keen to work with me, but no, it's not quite on purpose. You don't get that energy, that feeling inside.
Awesome, that feeling inside. Tell me a little bit more about what that describe that a little bit, if you can.
Yeah, good question. So I think it comes naturally, as in you're not even having to think about it too much. You're just kind of doing your thing. But it's energizing as well. It's like, you can be so tired and drinking it, if I work a bit too long on occasion, I'm knocking the coffees back and it's not having much effect. But, when you're that feeling, it's kind of like a natural energy. It's a real drive forward. It's like, you're not even really thinking, and time just passes and you're kind of just going forward.
Outstanding. Tell me about a time where you were working with somebody and maybe helping them shape their purpose or mission statement, a client, partner.
Yeah, so I had a team member I went for coffee with, and kind of we were like looking at, because as my business was changing, I was saying, how can we, can you help me redefine, what kind of role do you want to play and that kind of thing. So we just did a little exercise, which was just kind of going through what they've done in the past and unpicking that kind of purpose statement out of it. So it was like kind of there's commonalities. Steve Jobs talks about joining the dots. You can't join the dots looking forward. You can only join the dots looking backwards. So it's a bit like looking at what this lady had done, not specifically, but what was underlying that. What was her belief? There was a belief, and something really powerful came out, and you could see she was quite moved by this. In terms of she had this belief in the customers that she was working with. So although she was delivering a service, what was unique about, and it could be like commodity. Lots of other people were offering the same service,
Right.
but underneath the way in which she was doing it, and she was having real belief in these people. So that helped understand. Okay, that is really what it is. That's about you. Yes, you've got like everybody, we've all got these great skills and stories and experiences and things that we can offer the world. But kind of when you get your purpose, you get a reason why really nailed. It's like you're going to hit some obstacles, but that will push you forward. So,
love it. We're all going to hit those obstacles and those hardships and those difficult times, but being able to push through is what it's all about. Terrific, Al. How mmany do you think a lot of people have this button down? If you were to say, Jared, walking around London, or if I'm in Birmingham or even in Swindon, of the people I see on the street, 3 out of 5, how many people have this?
I wouldn't have a clue, but I would say it's the minority. I mean, we're all, to a certain extent, unless we're like deeply unhappy in our job, we have an element of that purpose. We may not have that clarity. The clarity is really what's powerful. And I encourage anybody, sit down with a friend or sit down with a piece of paper, look back. I think you've got a tool you're going to share with some people, but the power that comes from that, it's like you may think kind of, oh yeah, kind of enjoy my job or whatever, or what I'm doing. But if you just take the time to uncover what is it that's driving? What's that real thing that if everything was taken away from you, what would keep you going forward?
You mentioned clarity there. So you're saying, Jared, a lot of people have mission, purpose statement to an extent, but it's not defined, it's not focused, or really the clarity isn't there with it. And I think once we bring that extra element to what we're doing with that purpose statement, there's a lot more that you can get. There's a lot more depth there. There's a lot more strength to be had.
Yeah, it's not about the how. We think about the what am I going to do, how am I going to do it, and that kind of bogs us down. Whereas if you think, why is this important to me? Why is it important that I go out and help these people, or in whatever way, whatever your purpose is? Because otherwise, we'll get moments of doubt. We'll think that's bloody impossible. How am I going to do that? Well, that will drive you forward. You'll think, well, I'm going to figure it out. But if it's not important to you, if it's not your purpose, you're going to just be blown by the wind, and everyone's going to see that, and you're just going to, it's going to feel like a battle, like a struggle. Versus like climbing a mountain. If you're climbing a mountain with purpose, you're energized climbing up that mountain rather than thinking, oh, I'm defeated, I'll never get to the top of this mountain.
Awesome. How did that exercise that you and I went through, Al, when we kind of cracked it, right? We had hit a wall a little bit with each other, but then we cracked through that and really went to that purpose and that vision and that greater peace. And when you created your mission statement around that, how did that help you initially? And then how did that help you as you went back and brought that to clients, that newfound energy, if you will?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing, yes, obviously help the clients, but the biggest thing right there in the moment, as you say, it was like I was trying to share my plans with you, and obviously we were looking to work on this together. And like it was like the communication wasn't working. It was like it was so we were coming from different planets, as it were. And then once we started to see each other, it was like a totally different thing. It was like right now, we were both on track. And it sounds corny to say it, but it happened so quickly. And then suddenly, as each of us was talking, you could see where that person was coming from. It was a totally different thing.
Do you think that process unfolded because we allowed it to? I think maybe some people in that more of that partnership type of opportunity maybe don't allow that process to unfold. How did that happen so quickly?
Very good point. We probably did allow it. I don't think we forced it by any stretch. I think we're both keen. Maybe maybe our purpose, at that time was we were a little frustrated and we wanted to understand each other better. So maybe that in a way created that space. But I don't think we kind of went to it saying we need to do this, therefore that will happen. That was kind of the magic that unfolded.
Terrific. Yeah, I agree. How do you keep your purpose statement going now? How have you kept it in play or even started to refine it. We talked a little bit about your refinement of it recently, but tell me more about that.
Well,
How do you keep it in mind?
I'm human, and I love to say that I think of it every day and I'm bang on purpose. I'm not. I deviate from the track like anybody else. But often, you know, if you do start deviating, things become hard. It's about saying, oh, you know, what am I all about? What is it that I'm doing? You know, stop comparing yourself to other people. What is it that's my purpose? How do I have my own measures of getting to that goal of where I want to get? And that, you know, thinking about that and remembering that suddenly gets me right back on track. Because
Awesome.
a purpose isn't something that you kind of just achieve. It's like kind of a direction you're moving in. And you know when you're on purpose and when you're not. And it's so easy for each of us to get distracted and get off purpose so easily.
No, you're spot on, Al. That's awesome. Do you have it written down and preserved somewhere in front of you? Are you looking at it like that on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, I like to use a lot of sticky notes because I say I've got flavors of it rather than a complete. You know, when we were doing it, I remember when you and I did it, we were writing loads and loads. You got it there, yeah. But it's keeping it somewhere that's visible. It's not having it so that it's, you know, tucked away in your notes.
Yeah, mine's in my inbox. I usually send it to myself frequently, so it's in the middle part or top part of my inbox. I'm seeing it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, really cool. Well, let me ask you this. What advice do you have for people that might be undergoing this for the first time and might be going, hey, wow, you know, Shark, I realize that I don't really have a purpose or a mission statement personalized for myself, and they're creating their own, or they're going to go and refine their own that's in play right now, or something that they've crafted. What advice do you have for somebody that's going out to do the creation of it and then the refinement of it?
Well, first of all, I definitely encourage you to put some time aside to do it. And, you know, it's like one of these things that you have to get perfect. Just get started with it. It is a work in progress. And some people work best just doing it themselves. But I would say, you know, if you can sit down with somebody, whether that person knows you well or doesn't know you, you know, and work on each other, you know, because you can often see, it's much easier to see somebody else than it is to see in yourself. You know, ask your friends as well what they think about you. Get some feedback, you know, from those guys. You know, like Steve Jobs, the Stanford speech about, you know, not being able to join the dots looking forwards, but you can looking backwards. You know, when you look back on your life, and there will be some common threads there, and it's maybe really obvious to your friends and not obvious to you, because kind of we put out this persona, this identity of how we want to show up in the world, how we want to be seen, you know, by our colleagues, our boss, whatever it might be. But if you take all of that away, how do you really want to be seen in the world? How do you want to show up? What do you want to be remembered for?
Your legacy. I love it, Al.
Yeah.
It's awesome, brother. Well, geez, that's what I have for you today, Al. And I really appreciate your talk on purpose with me and the connection. I'm going to provide a little bit more written content for the group, that little exercise piece to help them get started. Thank you for taking a look at that with me and okaying, you know, the majority of that. And I think that's going to help people. So guys, enjoy that little exercise piece that Al and I looked at and put together for you. Al's going to have a deeper, richer biography on the Facebook page, so you can learn a little bit more about him. And geez, don't even hesitate, I guess, to reach out to Al if you got any questions on purpose or mission statement and driving that for yourself. And I encourage you to have a why and understand what that looks like, and create your purpose statement and understand what that is, and keep looking at it and keep shaping it. And Alasdair, brother, thank you, man. You are terrific. You are Mr. Purpose to me, and a bit more. And I appreciate the friendship and the partnership and all that you do, man. You're terrific. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, Al. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy your Sunday evening. We'll catch up next week, and then enjoy your week. Have a strong week.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Thanks, guys. Sharks out. Oh, hold on. Let me put these guys on first. All right. Thanks, Al. Bless you.